Did the thumbnail make you angry? Good. Pick up the phone and call Sony. Did the title of my video make you angry? Good. Pick up the phone and call Sony. And after you watch this video, when I inevitably make you even more angry, good. Pick up the phone and call Sony. Guys, today we are talking about Blue Point Games. For those of you who don't know who this company is, or should I say who they were, Blue Point Games was one of the highest respected and held in the highest regard amongst the gaming community for the remakes and remasters that these guys did. They gave us God of War collection, Uncharted collection, Metal Gear Solid collection. They did the remake for Shadow of the Colossus, I think it was in 2017. They gave us, most recently, Demon Souls in 2020 or 2021. Exceptional games, guys. This company was amazing. And Sony, PlayStation, they saw this. They saw how amazing these guys were. So they bought them, I believe, in 2021. Okay? And they haven't released, to my knowledge, anything since then. Nothing. Zero. So we all thought, oh my God, what could they be working on, you know? Ooh, we hope it's a Bloodborne remake. I don't know about you guys. Everywhere I was looking online, Bloodborne remake is like at the top of the list for anyone who likes Sony PlayStation. For any fan out there that's a fan of PlayStation at all, Bloodborne remake or remaster is like top of the list, right? Everybody's waiting for it. I was thinking it's coming as a launch title for PlayStation 6. Well, apparently, just today, February 19th, 2026, Jason Schreier, he's like a big video game insider. He works at Bloomberg, is my understanding. You know, he has all the connections amongst the gaming communities, even though he himself is not a gamer at all, from what I understand, knows very little himself. He has great connections, okay? He's reporting that Sony has shut down Blue Point Games after a business review or something like that, right? And it goes so deep. So it's like, okay, they gave us all these amazing games, right? And then we haven't heard a peep out of them in the past 5 years. Well, apparently they were working, Sony had them, made them work on get this, a God of War live service game, multiplayer, which apparently was canceled last year in 2025. So here you have an amazing studio full of talented developers, incredibly talented developers, who are experts at their craft. What is their craft? Giving us remakes and remasters of single-player, story-driven AAA games. Okay? That's what they're really good at doing. And Sony bought them in 2021, and everyone, including myself, was like, hell yeah, Sony, PlayStation, great job. You guys saw talent and you scooped them up. That was a smart business move. Well, since then, we heard nothing about Blue Point at all, to my knowledge. And then when we do finally hear something, it's, you know, through a leak, right? And it's they had them working on a live service multiplayer game of God of War, which ended up being canceled, mind you. Okay? So then Sony basically sets them up for failure, right? Gives them something that's not their expertise. It's not in their wheelhouse. Live service multiplayer. Like, what the hell are you doing? Oh, and then they just, you know, dismantle the company. A year later, here we are in early 2026. Guys, I mean, they could have been, for all we know, that's why I'm talking about Bloodborne. For all we know, they were working on a Bloodborne remake, right? But Sony wanted to chase those big bucks. They wanted to chase the live service bucks, the piece of the pie that everyone is going after, right? As you guys see, they're also coming out with that freaking Horizon Hunters game. Looks like a little kiddie cartoon game, you know, where the Horizon lore and the Horizon games themselves are very mature. Comparatively, right? Compared to this live service multiplayer trash that's coming. The character designs look awful. The art style looks atrocious, uninspired, boring, just so overly saturated, colorful. Just, oh my God, awful, dude. So it just reminds me, like, these companies, man, these suits at the top, they have no idea. They're so out of touch, so out of tune with what gamers want, what the customers really want, you know? They just see the golden goose egg that is, you know, the live service Fortnite and Apex Legends. And what is it, like Valorant and the Marvel Rivals game, and they're just like, oh, we want a piece of that, right? So we're gonna force it. We're gonna force it no matter what. We're gonna brute force our way to that success. And we've seen it's done nothing but fail, right? Concord, as we know, Sony's IP, gone, got obliterated. The God of War 1 destroyed. The Last of Us multiplayer, gone, obliterated into the ether, right? Spider-Man 2 apparently had a live service. That's gone, you know? And then my favorite, guys, this one's my favorite personally. I have a personal stake in this one. My heart is connected to this next one. You guys heard of the company named Bend Studio? They're from Oregon in the United States. You might not have heard of the studio, but let me tell you the game that they made. The game they made was called Days Gone, okay? They also did, I think, Resistance back in the day. But Days Gone is their, most recent IP, single-player, AAA. It's a zombie game, post-apocalyptic. It is amazing, okay? It is amazing. Truly, give it a shot if you haven't played it. You will love it. So, they made Days Gone in 2019. Exceptional game, man. One of my favorite games ever. And for the past 6 years, everybody was hoping and wondering, what are they doing? Hopefully they're working on Days Gone 2, because apparently the original creator had an idea for a trilogy. Yeah, they fired him, apparently. Of course, after Days Gone 1, they got rid of him. And everyone's like, oh man, I hope they're doing Days Gone 2 over there at Bend Studio. Yeah, it was confirmed. I talked to the one of the managers over there. I have screenshots. I have receipts if you guys need it. It's actually posted on my channel. If you go search my channel for Days Gone 2 news, I have it posted. I was asking him, are you guys working on, Days Gone 2, or are you guys working on a new IP altogether? And it was confirmed. He confirmed to me that they are not working on Days Gone 2, that Sony had them tasked on a new IP. He wouldn't specify anything else. But once again, that got leaked by Jason, right? That game got canceled. It was supposed to be a live service multiplayer game. So you're telling me that Sony looked at this amazing company, Bend Studio, in 2019 with Days Gone and said, no, we're not going to greenlight Days Gone 2. We're going to pivot completely. We're going to waste 6 years. We're going to pay you guys for 6 years, all your employees, health insurance, salaries, everything, for 6 years, and then we're going to cancel the game. So we have no idea, guys, what that game was that Bend was working on. But here's what we do know for sure. It wasn't Days Gone 2, and it could have been. It freaking could have been. Oh man, this just boils my blood, dude. All of this, the baffling mistakes that these companies are making. I don't know. I don't know, man. Bloodborne remake, like, is it coming? I hope. And if so, who's doing it? Is From Software doing it themselves? As far as I know, they're working on Dustbloods in their next IP, their next game. So normally these remakes are tasked by smaller teams, right? And Bluepoint, they were a smaller studio. I think it's only like 70 people. They were a smaller studio relative to the 300, 400 plus to the AAA studios, but the big guys. But they had so much potential, man. They had potential to grow, So someone make this make sense to me. You buy this company in 2021. They don't ship anything. You give them a project that they're not talented in. It's not their expertise. Then you cancel that project. Then you dismantle the studio because of the business review you give them because they're not raking in enough money for you. Make it make sense, you guys. Please. Help me understand. What's the logic here? I don't get it, man. I don't freaking get it. It's like, you know how sometimes you see things so clearly and you just wish other people could see it through your lens to show them how simple things can be, right? Like, hello, they do Shadow of the Colossus. They did Demon Souls, both amazing games, highly regarded, highly respected, sold well enough. Let them do another remake, please. God forbid if it's Bloodborne remake, it's going to do numbers. I wouldn't want anyone to do Bloodborne remake other than Bluepoint, you guys. Do you know why? Bluepoint, in my opinion, they thread the line so well between the remake and remasters by staying true to the source material, to the game that originally came before it, and then expanding upon it just enough, just a little bit, quality of life improvements, graphical and gameplay improvements, just enough. So that they sit in this nice middle ground where when you play Bluepoint games, their products, it's butter, man. You feel the love and the passion from the original developers. Then you also feel their fine coat of paint, their beautiful masterclass coat of paint that they put on top of the game to make it just that much better, right? To modernize it, to bring it up to snuff for the modern day consoles, to the higher technology. They were exceptional. I don't think anybody could touch them on their remake prowess and their remaster prowess. They were the best. Bluepoint was the freaking best. And now Sony just got rid of them. I mean, so what does this mean for the Bloodborne remake? Were they working on it? Were they not? We don't know, right? Will we ever know? I don't know, but God, I really thought they were. I genuinely believe that they were working on the Bloodborne remake. Because we haven't had anything from them in 5 years. What have you been doing? Well, we know that they were working on the God of War one, and that got canceled over a year ago. So hopefully for the past year they've been working on the Bloodborne remake, but it doesn't matter now. Because they've been dismantled. That's it. That's all I gotta say. I'm pissed. So pissed. Anyway, if you like passionate content with no lies, no deception, no AI, no BS, just raw heat, love for gaming, the pure art of what gaming is, single player AAA games, you're in the right place. I am the Lion of Truth. See ya.